she continues to do her this for Radha Madhava while here in US. We went there and we had the wonderful privilege of seeing those wonderful. There was a bracelet at that time, I don't remember, but she does a lot of direct seva for. And also, Mataji is also very, very wonderful, very likable. Somebody you can approach to. That's very, very important. And I consider her my younger sister. Of course, she's my god sister. She's also my younger sister. And she's also, Prabhuji and herself are also mentors to so many devotees as well as to us. We have anything, we can reach out to both of them, and they've been very, very helpful. And without any further ado, I will request Mataji to carry on.
Janeshwar Gauranga Prabhu, just like how a brother doesn't see anything wrong with the sister. He's like that to me. He's like that elder brother. And Varshana Chitra Mataji, both of you are our family. So we are very fortunate that you have given us this opportunity to serve all of you. And, just speak a little bit about Srimati Radharani. So can we start, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Okay. So I don't deserve all those kind words, Prabhu, but whatever little bit, anything good that is there is simply by the mercy of Guru and Krishna. So thank you so much again for this opportunity. Om Jnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanatha Swami Niti Namine. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swami Niti Namine. Nama Acharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayine Gaurakatha Dhamadaya Nagaragramatharine. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Ishatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangurlangayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurung Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. Again, thank you again, Prabhu, Mataji, for this wonderful opportunity to speak about Mahabhav Swarupini Srimati Radha Thakurani. So Srimati Radharani, she is such a personality, that just like how we can never approach the president directly. If we have to get, an appointment to the president, we need to approach the first servitor of the president. And once we get their recommendation, then we can approach and get the audience of the president. So Krishna is that president. And Srimati Radharani, her mood is so amazing that she always feels that other than her, everybody is serving Krishna so beautifully. And that is the reason why she engages everyone so much in the loving service of Krishna. Because she genuinely feels that, I am not qualified to serve Krishna. And if everyone else is serving Krishna, then, maybe Krishna will be happy with that kind of service. So with that mood, because of that mood that Radharani has, she engages the devotees. And that is why, if we even look at the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Krishna's name, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we have Krishna's name coming 4 times, Rama's name coming 4 times. Rest of it is all Hare. There is overpowering potency of Srimati Radharani. Because only by the mercy of Srimati Radharani can we actually take the name of Krishna. So therefore, we take the name of Hare, Srimati Radharani, almost double times than the name of Krishna and Rama. So Lord Shiva himself and all the devatas, they are glorifying Srimati Radharani and her transcendental position. So I thought it to be fitting to recite from this verses of Sri Radha Kripa Kataksha, praying for the merciful sidelong glance of Srimati Radharani. Because if we can please Srimati Radharani, and if she is pleased by our service, then we have some hope that Krishna will be able to, maybe look at us. He will probably be pleased with our service. Otherwise, we have no hope. So today, the entire mood of the program is going to be that how do we make ourselves qualified to receive that, merciful sidelong glance of Srimati Radharani? That how can we qualify ourselves for this mercy from Srimati Radharani? So this is Sri Radha Kripa Kataksha. It's called as the Raja. It's the king of all stavas. It is sung by Lord Shiva himself, and it has been composed by Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. So this is the first verse. Munindra Vrindavandite Triloka Shokahari Prasannavatra Pankaje Nikunjabhu Vilasini Vrajendra Bhanu Nandini Vrajendra Shunu Sangate Kada Karishya Sihamam Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam. So here, Lord Shiva, he is glorifying Srimati Radharani and saying that, O goddess, who is worshipped by the kings of sages, Munindra, the kings of sages are worshipping Srimati Radharani. O goddess who removes the sufferings of the 3 worlds. O goddess whose face is a blossoming lotus. O goddess who enjoys pastimes in the forest. O daughter of King Vrishabhanu. O companion of Raja's prince. When will you cast your merciful sidelong glance upon me? So here we see that, Lord Shiva, before he starts glorifying Srimati Radharani, he is establishing the supreme position of Srimati Radharani by saying that, Srimati Radharani is actually glorified by kings of sages, by the devatas. Every person in the 3 worlds are actually worshipping Srimati Radharani. So this is how Lord Shiva is establishing the credentials of Srimati Radharani. Because we know how some unscrupulous people, they talk horribly about Srimati Radharani. So to immediately not even give any kind of room for that kind of, even thought to come in anyone's mind. Lord Shiva, Shiva Shambhu Bholenath, he here is establishing the supreme authoritative position and the pure position of Srimati Radharani, that how she is worshipped by the kings of sages, by every person in the three planetary systems. Everyone is worshipping the lotus feet of Sri Radhe. So this is the purpose, and she and you know, Lord Shiva is giving an identity, that who is Srimati Radharani. She is the daughter of Maharaj Rishabhanu, the darling daughter of Maharaj Rishabhanu, and she's the companion, the dearmost loving companion of Raja's prince, that is Sri Krishna, Sri Nandanandana. So here, you know, Krishna, we know he is Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Krishna is the Adi Purusha. So when Krishna becomes excessively happy, when Krishna is very, very happy, if we take that happiness out of Krishna, it manifests in the form of the beautiful Srimati Radharani. That is Srimati Radharani. She is the pleasure potency, the Ladini Shakti of Sri Krishna. So, you know, one time I was remembering a very beautiful pastime that Srimati Radharani has very sweet nectarian pastimes with Krishna. So one day, Krishna, he glorified Radharani. He said, "Oh Radhe, you are so beautiful, so beautiful. When I look at you, Radhe, I forget everything else. Your beauty, your beautiful face is just like that moon." And as soon as Srimati Radharani heard this, she was not happy. She said, "Krishna, you compared me to the moon? I don't like you." And she just left from there. She got so angry at Krishna because Krishna compared her to the moon. And then Krishna ran behind Radhe, said, "Radhe, why are you running? Even I have Krishna next to my name. I have Chandra next to me. I am called as Krishna Chandra. So why are you running away from me? Why are you running like this? How did I offend you?" So then Srimati Radharani said, "Krishna, you should know that moon has 5 defects, panchadosha. And one defect, which is the 6th one, it is very personal to me. And that's why I can't tolerate the moon." Krishna said, "Really? What are the panchadoshas of the moon?" So Srimati Radharani said, the first one is that the moon has spots. Look at my face. My face has any spots? And you comparing my face to that moon who is filled with kalank, who is filled with spots? That's not me. I don't like that. Then the second one, Radharani said, the second dosha of the moon, the second fault of the moon is that it keeps shrinking. It's always changing its size and shape every day. It's never constant. It's always changing, always flickering. Like you, Krishna. You are never satisfied staying in one place. What is this? I don't like this moon. Always changing, always changing. So this is the second reason I don't like the moon. The third reason, you are bake, you are teda. No, you are teda, you are not Sitha. You are bent not just in one place. You are Tribhanga. You are bent in 3 places. You are crooked by 3 places. And this moon, that's why it's very, very favorite to you. And it's very suitable that it's next to your name, because even that moon is bake. Moon is not straight, it's round. So you see, even moon is teda like that. So that's the third reason I don't like the moon. Fourth reason, he's a nishachar. He wanders in the night. What is this? You know, people from respectable families, they don't come out in the night. Who comes out in the night? People like you, Krishna. You always come out in the night, and your companion is that moon who comes out in the night. I don't like the moon. This is the fourth reason I don't like the moon. The fifth reason is that he is called as Vishabandhu. Vishabandhu means that when the nectar was getting churned from the ocean of milk, the first thing that came out was poison. And when the poison came out, Lord Shiva, of course, drank the poison. That's why got the name Nilakanta. But then, apart from, Uchchaishrava and the other, Airavata and many other, personalities who came out, Chandra was also one of the personalities that came out. So when Chandra came out, he came out with this poison tainted on him. That spots that we see on the moon, that is actually this poison that is put on Chandra because he came out from the ocean right after the poison. So that's why that poison is there. That is the fifth reason I don't like the moon. And the sixth reason, very personal to me, Radharani said. And Krishna was sitting and listening. Oh, Radhe, I didn't know all these reasons. I just thought moon is beautiful. And I compared you to someone very beautiful. But then, okay, what's your sixth reason? He said, sixth reason, Kanha, is that just this Chandra reminds me with someone whose name ends with Valli. And she is my rival. And I don't like her because you spend time with her, Chandravali. So therefore, I don't like this moon because his name is Chandra, and that reminds me of my rival who is Chandravali. I don't like that. So then Krishna, he said, okay, Radhe, from today, I will never call you the moon. Let it just be my companion. I'll be happy and satisfied by that. So when I was reading this, and this fifth point, which Srimati Radharani gives, that moon, Chandra, is Vishabandhu, I was reminded of a very beautiful pastime that my Prabhu was narrating to me the other day. That when Krishna was a tiny baby, a little baby, very cute, 1 year, 2 months old baby. At that time, Krishna, one day he sat on his windowsill in the night and he started gazing at the moon. He was looking at the moon, who was like Purnima Chand, it was full moon and so beautiful, like when the moon is full on a Purnima night, there's a nice halo that covers the moon on the sides. So it was looking very beautiful, and Krishna was just gazing at the moon with longing eyes. He was gazing at the moon, and then Krishna said to Maya Yashoda that Maya, Chand chahiye, I want. What is that? I want Chandamama. Come to me. I want that. Then Maya Yashoda said, Nay, Lala, you can't have the moon. This is not for you. You can't have the moon. So then he said, No, I want the moon. I want anything. I can want the moon. Why can't I want the moon? I want the moon. So then Maya said, Nay, Lala, you can't have the moon because the moon is the khilona. It is the toy of the devatas. So then Krishna said, Oh, I am the king of the devatas. I am the master of the devatas. So I deserve that toy. Give me that toy. I want that toy. So then Mother Jashoda said, she didn't know what reasoning to give to Krishna to, dissuade him from wanting the moon. So then, Mother Jashoda, she said to Krishna that, Kanha, do you know? See, look at the moon. Your face is so beautiful. My beautiful Shama you are. But look at this moon. It has black spots on it. Gee. And you know why it has black spots? Because it has poison. Zahar hai usme. You should not want the moon. If you catch the moon, that poison will come inside you. I said, oh, really? Acha? No, then I don't want the moon. Little baby Krishna, in his Vatsalya Leela, he is acting, Krishna. When Srila Rupa Goswami is explaining this pastime, Rupa Goswami is saying that it is not really that Krishna is, it's not that he's just pretending. But Krishna is, speaking in these, like a baby. Krishna speaking like a baby, so that to increase the Vatsalya affection of Mother Jashoda. Just by, thinking of this Leelas again and again in our mind, that how baby Krishna, in his Totli Zaban, using Mako Chanchi, I want that moon, and then he's saying, no, this, and then he gets convinced by Mother Yashoda. That no, that has wish, that has poison, so I don't want that. So he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is Krishna knows everything. But still, to his devotees, out of their love for Krishna, Krishna makes them forget his own supremacy. This is the nature of Krishna's, infectious love. We need to get infected by this prema of Krishna, which can be awarded by only one personality, and that is Mahabhag Swarupini Srimati Radha Thakurani. Only Srimati Radharani can give us this infection. Now we say social distancing, but with Srimati Radharani, we must, embrace her lotus feet. No social distancing with Radharani. Because only when we get, we cling on to the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, then we can have somehow or the other, we can get infected by that, that, dint of Krishna Prema. So I want to recite one more verse from Sri Radha Kripa Kataksha Stavaraja, which is text 11. It's a very, very favorite. It's one of my favorite verses. So I thought we can just discuss on that. So this is text 11 of Sri Radha Kripa Kataksha. Ananta Koti Vishnuloka Namra Padma Jarchite Himadrija Pulomaja Virincha Java Raprade अपार सिद्धि रिद्धि दिग्ध सत्पदांगुली नखे कदा करिष्यसि हमां कृपा कटाक्ष भाजनम्. This translates as, O goddess worshipped by Lord Brahma, O goddess to whom countless millions of Vaishnavas bow down, O goddess who gives blessings to Parvati, Shachi, and Saraswati, O goddess whose toenails are anointed with limitless opulences and mystic perfections. When will you cast your merciful sidelong glance upon me? So again here, Lord Shiva so beautifully is glorifying Srimati Radharani, saying that even Lord Brahma is worshipping. What to speak of Lord Brahma? Of course, Lord Shiva himself is singing the Stavaraja, but he's saying that Brahma and millions and countless millions of Vaishnavas are bowing down to the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. And it's also said that, some goddesses like Parvati Devi, who is the Sahadharmini, the wife of Lord Shiva, Shachi, who is the wife of Lord Indra, and Saraswati, the wife of Lord Brahma, they are also getting blessings from Srimati Radharani. And then something very, very wonderful, something very mystical is talked about by Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is saying that Srimati Radharani's toenails are not just gorgeously beautiful. They are not just, anointed with unlimited opulences, but they have mystic perfections. They have magical healing powers. What is that magical healing powers? That anyone who seeks shelter of the lotus toenails and the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, they are blessed with the perfection of Krishna Prema. That is the, beautiful mystic, mystic beauty of Srimati Radharani's lotus feet. So here, Lord Shiva is glorifying Lord Brahma, that how Lord Brahma is actually worshipping Srimati Radharani. And when I was, when we were preparing for this class, I was thinking that Lord Brahma, he actually is, the perfect worshipper of Srimati Radharani. The Barshana, where Srimati Radharani's home is, that hill is a manifestation of Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma manifests himself as the hill of Barshana. Lord Shiva manifests himself as the hill on which Nandagaon rests. And of course, Lord Vishnu is there as Sri Giriraj. So we have Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, all three of them residing in the form of hills in Sri Brajadham. So Barshana is Lord Brahma. He is manifesting that Srimati Radharani would put her lotus feet on the head of Lord Brahma. That is the desire of Lord Brahma. Such a special thing this is, the way that Lord Brahma is worshipping Srimati Radharani. And Srimati Radharani, she is so merciful, it is said that Krishna अपनी कृपा देने के लिए तरसाते हैं. Krishna is very stingy in giving his mercy, because if he gives his mercy, Krishna says, I can give bhukti very easily. Bhukti means material sense enjoyment. I'll give it very easily. If someone is asking for mukti, that also I'll give very easily. But if anyone is asking for bhakti, I test them. I test them so much that are they really qualified to get bhakti? Because if I give them bhakti, then I would have to give myself to such a person. So Krishna does not give bhakti so easily. So that's why he said that Krishna बहुत तरसाते हैं, लेकिन श्रीमती राधा रानी उनकी कृपा वो कृपा बरसाती हैं. श्रीमती राधा रानी कृपा बरसाती हैं क्योंकि वो बरसाने वाली हैं. बोलो बरसाने वाली श्रीमती राधा रानी की जय. So this is the merciful nature of Srimati Radharani, that she is, just pouring the rain of Krishna's mercy upon us. That's why she's called Barsane Wali. And Krishna is called Tarsane Wale. He always keeps us hankering for more. So worshipping the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, this reminded me of a very beautiful Leela, which was told by Srila Radharaman Maharaj, and I wanted to share with all of you, that when Krishna, when he was growing up, when he was around 5-6 years old, that time Krishna, he used to see all his, Baba, he would see Nanda, Upananda, Sunanda, everyone, all the cowherd men, the big cowherd men, they would all go out to graze the cows. And, Krishna was not allowed to leave the palace. And Krishna would say, no, Maya, no, please, I want to go to, I want to go for Gocharan, please let me go for Gocharan. And then Maya would say, Nahi, Lala, you're very, very young, bacha, you can't go now. You can't just go. Sorry. And then, like Krishna just would, the way Krishna would do zid, the way he would, throw tantrums is like Krishna would lie down on the ground on his stomach, and he would beat his hands, he would beat his fist, he would, like how a person swims, Krishna would do that. He would, throw up his legs in the back, and he would beat his hands in the front, he would beat his legs in the back on his stomach. Like this lotpot hote the wo dhul mein, that no Maya, I want to go. Like this is the beautiful song that Krishna would sing, Goshthe ami jabo mago, Goshthe ami jabo, Shridamo Shudamo Sange, Bachuri Chorabo. Means that, okay, you won't let me go for the cows, I'll take the bachuri, I will take the calves, and I will go, Maya, but I want to go with Sridham and Sudam. I will go, and I will take the calves with me. I promise I won't go too far away, I'll stay very nearby, I won't go deep into the forest of Braj, I won't go. So then Mother Jashoda, she, Every day Krishna would start crying like this, on his stomach, and beating his hands and beating his legs. I want to go, I want to go. Then Nanda, Sunanda, Upananda, all of the cowherd men, they had a meeting. They said, okay, Maya, let him go. Let him go with his friends, and let him stay. Give him the daira, like the limit. Give him his upper limit, that he can't go beyond this. So then Mother Jashoda said, okay, fine, let's do this. So then the day came that Krishna was going to go for his Gocharan Leela finally. And Krishna was super excited. He took his languti, his stick, he took his kambal, his, like a woolen kind of a cloth. He took that, and, nicely Mother Jashoda dressed him up for Vanachar. And then Krishna came in front of Mother Jashoda, and Mother Jashoda, she first gave Kanha shoes. That Kanha, Lala, please, you're going into the forest, so you should wear shoes and go. So then Kanha said, oh, Maya, so beautiful. You made it with your own hands. So nice of you to make these beautiful, beautiful shoes for me. So I will definitely wear. But what about shoes for my calves? All these calves. What about shoes for them? And we all know that, Nanda Baba had 900,000 cows, and he had 900,000 calves also. So, and Sunanda also had, like double the amount of Nanda Maharaja's calves. So it was huge amount. So then Mother Jashoda said, oh, you want shoes for all of them? Kanha, I'll die if I have to make shoes for all of them. He said, no, Maya, see, I am, Trinacharanuga. I follow, my swamis. These calves, they are my swamis, they are my swaminis. I am their servant. So if my master is not wearing shoes, then how can I wear shoes? Sorry, Maya, I can't wear shoes. So then Maya Yashoda said, okay, Lala, what to do? So you don't wear shoes. Then Mother Jashoda, she made beautiful umbrella for Krishna. That, when Krishna goes in the forest, the scorching sun should not, trouble Krishna. So Mother Jashoda make a very beautiful, like velvet red color umbrella with nice jewels and pearls hanging. So beautiful umbrella Mother Jashoda made for Kanha. And Kanha said, Maya, you made this for me. Wow. But see, I have lakuti in one hand, my stick in one hand. I'll have my bansuri in the other hand. In which hand I will hold this umbrella? How I'll hold the umbrella? Maya Yashoda said, Are Lala, don't worry. One servant will come with you. He will hold the umbrella for you. He said, Acha, very good, very good. Okay, that servant can come and he can walk behind me with the umbrella. But Maya, what about umbrellas for all my swamis? My swaminis? The calves? What about umbrella for them? He said, Aisho, Lala, no, please. Imagine now more than, millions of calves, and then for each of them one servant, because how will the calves carry umbrella? They don't have hands. So many servants also needed. Maya, you should say, Are Lala, tu aise hi ja, koi baat nahi. Don't worry, you just go like this only, without any umbrella, without any shoes. You go, all my mehnat bekar. No problem, you go like this. So then Krishna would go every day into the forest in this way. And when Krishna would come back from the forest, he would be covered, in Brajadhuli. That Krishna's, face, his body, everywhere, would be covered with Brajadhuli. And Brajadhuli is something like, it's very sandy, very, very sandy. So, Maya Yashoda, it is said that when Krishna would come back, like the gopis explain in the Gopi Gita, they say that how beautiful Krishna looks. Generally, if we get some dust on our face, we look like, pata nahi, a beggar on the street, worse than a beggar on the street. But Krishna, his beauty would get, million times more enhanced when Krishna would be covered by the dust of Vrindavan. So that beauty is described by the gopis when Krishna would come home every day. And the gopis would wait with eagerness to see Krishna. And the gopis are praying that, Dina parekshaye Neelakuntalai Vanaruhananam Bibhradavritam Ghanarajasvalam Darshayan Muhu Manasina Smaram Virayachasi. The dust covering the lotus face of Krishna would be so beautiful, because Krishna, what he would do, because Krishna would get so enticed by this, the dhuli of Braj, that Krishna would say that, oh, my gopis, Srimati Radharani, all my sakhas, my sakhis, these cows, all of these are so dear to me. They love me so much. And they are walking on the dust. They are walking on the land of Braj. So the dust that is there in Vrindavan is having the taste of their lotus feet. So Krishna would actually eat also that dirt. Not just what Krishna ate when he was a little baby and when Mother Yashoda saw that. Krishna would actually eat the dust of Braj every single day with this mood. Dinabandhu Prabhu, he says very lovingly, last time when we were in Parikrama at Badrinath, in Braj, in Badrinath, Dinabandhu Prabhu gave us a lecture there. And he said, in Hindi, he was saying, Ye Braj ki mitti Thakur ji ko bahut pasand hai. He speaks in very sweet Hindi. So he said, Ye Braj ki Raj, aisi Raj, आध्यात्मिक जगत में भी नहीं है, because Thakur ji ne ye Braj ki Raj khai hai. This is the glory of Braj ki Raj, Braj Dhuli, that Krishna has eaten this Braj ki Raj, Braj ki Dhuli. And that's why when we as devotees, when we go to Vrindavan, that's why the devotees sing Dhula makho makho re, ei to brojer dhula, dhula nai, gopi podo renu, shei dhula mekhechilo, নন্দের বেটা কানু ধুলা মাখো মাখো রে তো ব্রজের ধুলা. This is in Bengali, which means that please anoint your body with the Braj dhula. Why? Because this dhula, it is not dhula, it is gopi pada renu. It is the dust of the lotus feet of the gopis. And this dust was not only smeared by Nandir Bata Kanu, means Nanda Maharaja's son, Kanaiya. He smeared himself with this renu and he ate this renu also. Thakur ji ne Braj ki Raj khai, So when Krishna would come home, Mother Jashoda would say, Kanha, close your eyes. And Krishna would close his eyes and Mother Jashoda would go, oof, on Krishna's face. And all the Brajadhuli would get blown away from Krishna's face like that. So then Mother Jashoda, she would inspect very, very closely. She would inspect the lotus feet of Krishna. That is there any thorn prick? Is there any kind of, pebbles that have troubled Krishna? But Krishna's lotus feet would be as delicate and tender like the lotus flower petals. Nothing would be on Krishna's lotus feet. I mean, Krishna's lotus feet was not troubled by the land of Vrindavan. Because Mother Earth would become excessively soft whenever Krishna's lotus feet would step on that part of her body. So that lotus feet is worshipped by all the devotees. The gopis are saying that we worship that lotus feet of Krishna. Pranata dehinam papa karshanam. Like that. That we are worshipping that lotus feet, and such a personality, Krishna, he is worshipping whose lotus feet? he is worshipping the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. And this Krishna has proved time and again, in Seva Kunj, when Srimati Radharani got so tired after dancing at the Rasa Leela, Krishna caught hold Srimati Radharani's hand and brought her to this beautiful forest grove. And this place, because Krishna rendered intimate seva of massaging the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, that is why this place is called as Seva Kunj. And this is the place where Krishna was blessed and he attained the seva of Srimati Radharani. Krishna teaches us by his own example how to be subservient to Srimati Radharani, Radha Dasyam. So, before we can even aspire to serve the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, of Sri Krishna, we must aspire to, serve the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. Because Srimati Radharani's lotus feet, like Lord Shiva has said in this particular verse, it is filled with mystic perfections, magical benedictions, that Srimati Radharani doesn't see who is qualified or not. One time Maharaj Vrishabhanu, Radhashtami is coming on Tuesday. So on every appearance day of Srimati Radharani, her father, Maharaj Vrishabhanu, would offer charity to all the Brajbasis. And Maharaj Vrishabhanu told that everyone bring a patra. Patra means like a vessel, so that whatever he's giving in charity, they can collect it in that vessel and take it with them. So everyone came with the patra, with the vessel to take the mercy. And Maharaj Vrishabhanu was pouring, rice, dal, sabji, everything in opulence Maharaj Vrishabhanu was giving. There was one person who did not have a vessel, did not have a patra. And Maharaj Vrishabhanu said, Are, you don't have a patra. So you go back, you bring patra and come. So Srimati Radharani, it was like a thorn piercing her tender, delicate heart. That how could anyone be returned without giving anything? So Srimati Radharani, at that moment, she desired one thing. She said, in the future, I will come with my companion, Sri Krishna, and without seeing patra or kupatra. Patra means yogyata also in Sanskrit, means qualification. Without seeing any qualification, I will give mercy. To anyone who comes, I will not see who is qualified and who is not qualified, who is having the vessel to receive mercy, who is not having the vessel to receive mercy. I will not discriminate. Without discrimination, I will give mercy. And that is Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So this is the mercy that we have here in this Kali Yuga, that, without Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, we would not know the mercy of Radha and Krishna. If Gauranga Mahaprabhu would not be there, who would reveal to us this confidential leelas of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna? Because it is the disciples of Mahaprabhu, the Shada Goswamis, who have given us these beautiful nectarian pastimes and these beautiful stavarajas for meditation on this most auspicious Srimati Radharani. This was not available even in Dwapar Yuga. What to speak of Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga? This was not available. This is the, greatest benediction that we have in Kali Yuga because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is come, it is Srimati Radharani, Krishna himself with the mood of his dear devotee Srimati Radharani and her complexion. He came to give Krishna Prem to everyone without any qualifications, without discrimination. And we cannot, end the session without glorifying Srila Prabhupada. That if Prabhupada would not have come, Jodi Prabhupada na hoito, tobe ki hoito, e jibon bohito kishe. How would we be here, discussing about the glories of Srimati Radharani if it was not for Srila Prabhupada? Prabhupada has given us, Krishna is Trinacharanuga, And we are Prabhupada Anugas. We follow the footsteps of Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada would not have come, as Srila Jayapataka Maharaj beautifully sings. যদি প্রভুপাদ না হইতো তবে কি হইতো এই দেহ ধরিতাম কিসে? How, Nitai Gorer Lila, how would we understand these beautiful pastimes of Nitai Goranga? How? If Prabhupada would not have come, who would have given us this much mercy? So with expressing our heartfelt gratitude to Srila Prabhupada, to our Guru Vargas, to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to Sri Nityananda Prabhu, to Sri Krishna, and ultimately to Srimati Radharani, we appeal at the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani that she somehow or the other, be pleased with our, minute services, and she casts her merciful sidelong glance upon us, her kripa kataksha upon us. So with this, we'll end here. If there's any questions, comments, or reflections, we can take that now. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Radhe.
Thank you very much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
And, you just prepared us so nicely for this upcoming festival. So we can meditate on this and beg for Srimati Radharani's mercy and request you to bless us that we can.
We are not qualified to bless Prabhu, but our heartfelt prayers are there. Please, do pray for us also, so that we can continue to humbly serve in this mission, this glorious mission of Srimati Radharani, and just do something for the pleasure of our spiritual masters. Thank you again for this opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sorry.
Yes.
Oh, so you want to speak? Oh, okay. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
All glories to all the Guru Vargas. Thank you so much, Mataji, for this heart-touching class. Many wonderful applications, actually, and really right on time to prepare our heart to receive the mercy of Srimati Radharani. Like many things, like actually this morning also I heard there's Dinabandhu Prabhu. He was on the Bhakti Sangha Japa and he was also mentioning this like Radharani is Barsane Wali, right? So she is the one who showers the mercy. And I'm remembering you were speaking about the dust of Vrindavan and you were quoting Dinabandhu Prabhu.
Yes.
I'm reading from, I think, 2013 Vrindavan Yatra. Prabhuji spoke that, like the past time you quoted about that Mother Yashoda wanted to have him wear the shoes and take the umbrella. And Dinabandhu Prabhuji said that the cows and the calves, they have made the dust of Vrindavan so soft by like running on that it becomes softer than the Johnson and Johnson baby powder.
Yes.
Mataji, I have a question.
Yes.
We say we cannot approach Krishna without the mercy of Srimati Radharani. But like a basic, just very basic question, maybe you will call me stupid by asking this, but this keeps coming to my mind and I never get a chance to ask this. Maybe out of, maybe I will be considered foolish if I ask. So like we cannot approach Krishna without Radharani. And when we do the offerings and all, there is no pranam mantra in that for Radharani. Like we just say the pranam mantra of Gurudev and Prabhupada and
Mahaprabhu.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and then Krishna. So why is it that we don't recite the Maha mantra for Radharani? I don't know. This keeps coming to my head.
Very good question. Very good question. It's definitely, no question can be, stupid. Please don't say that. It's a very nice question. So, when we chant the pranam mantra for Lord Chaitanya, that is almost being equivalent to Srimati Radharani, like Mahaprabhu's combination of Srimati Radharani and Krishna. So, the Kripa Shakti is there of Srimati Radharani in Mahaprabhu's mantra. And Namo Brahmana Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. When we say Jagadhitaya, it is also encompassing the Shakti, the chit potency of Srimati Radharani. So that mantra has Srimati Radharani in it, inbuilt. So because Krishna, he is never alone. He can never be alone. So therefore, Srimati Radharani is kind of inbuilt in his mantra, like that. So I hope that answers your question.
Yes, Mataji. I kind of thought like maybe because Mahaprabhu is like Radharani, Krishna in the bhav of Radharani. So
Yes.
but I thought let me just clarify so that this doesn't come again in my question.
Very nice.
But as a like when we are offering, then have that in mind that okay, yes, this is actually through Radharani only we are offering. And also, Mataji, you were speaking about this in the 11th verse of Radha Kripa Kataksh, that the glory of the radiance of the toenail of Radharani.
Yes.
So that is very, very beautiful, Mataji. Would you like to elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yes. I mean, I have given sessions after sessions on just this one verse, actually.
Okay.
It's very, very, I mean, we can go for hours together on the mystic potencies of Srimati Radharani's brilliant toenails. Just like it is said that Krishna is the personification of 24 and a half moons. Krishna's body has 24 and a half moons. So Srimati Radharani is, she is also the same. She's also the personification of moons. And, so each of her toenails is equivalent to millions of moons, not just one moon. Krishna is just 24 and a half moons. She is millions and millions of moons. And so Srimati Radharani, her toenails, just the meditation on her lotus feet is so beautiful. It is because just the way her toenails are decorated, it is so brilliantly effulgent. There is she wears a blue sapphire stone and a ruby stone, like bichya toe rings she wears in two of her fingers. She wears that, two of her toe rings. Then she wears these ankle bells, that when she is walking, those ankle bells, they actually are a call to Krishna. They like summon Krishna towards Srimati Radharani, it is said. So, yeah, I mean, I can go on and on, but we are lack of time. But yes, Srimati Radharani, it's like when we chant the Brahma Gayatri, those of us who are Brahmanas, it is said that the ultimate meditation of the Brahma Gayatri is the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. That the sadhaka should meditate on the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani and thereby also meditate on the lotus feet of the spiritual master. So that is the perfection of the Brahma Gayatri, chanting the Brahma Gayatri mantras. So, yeah, it's really amazingly beautiful.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mataji, very, very much. And when you are speaking these pastimes, it feels like you are already experiencing those. So please bless me so that I can also have that kind of attraction and that kind of, absorption in the pastimes of, Krishna and Radharani and Srila Prabhupada.
I would say it is the sincerity of your Shravana. It's the sincerity of your hearing. It's got nothing to do with me. I'm just a mindless parrot repeating whatever I've heard. But it is the sincerity and the love with which you are listening that you are feeling like this. So thank you. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, one last thing. You spoke in Bengali the glories of the dust of Vrindavan. So is it a bhajan or
it is a bhajan? It is a bhajan.
Can you just say it? I will write it down and I probably find it somewhere maybe.
I can send the link to Janeshwar Gauranga Prabhu and he can pass it on to you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the wonderful class.
Thank you.
And we seek your blessings so that we can meditate as you spoke on Radharani. We can meditate on receiving that mercy, which is the Sanewali.
So please bless us also. Please bless us also. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. I have one question.
Yes, Prabhu. Sorry, go ahead. Prabhu, I couldn't hear anything. Hare Krishna. Prabhu, if you can please repeat your question. I didn't hear anything. Can't hear you. Prabhu, I can't hear you. Haribol, Prabhu, I cannot hear you. Prabhuji, I cannot hear you. I can see everyone, but I cannot hear anyone. I had an amber alert on my phone and I don't know, I can't hear anyone. Should I log back in again? I think I'll log back in. Give me 1 minute. I'll just drop off and I'll come back, okay? Give me 1 minute.
Just joined again.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, now I can hear you. Yes, Prabhu, please go ahead.
Yes, Mataji. My question was on most of the temples in Radharani, we get the darshan of Srimati Radharani.
Yes.
But in Mayapur, the lotus feet are shown in Gopasmi.
Yes.
Any reason for that?
Yes. This is a very sweet Leela. It's like the constant competition between Mayapur and Vrindavan. Before saying that, I will say there are t-shirts that are printed in Vrindavan. If you see, in the back it is written, I lost my heart in Vrindavan. You've seen that t-shirt? I lost my heart in Vrindavan. And in Mayapur, t-shirts are printed by saying, I found my heart in Vrindavan. So this is spiritual competition, I guess. But yes, Jananivas Prabhu, His Grace Jananivas Prabhu was asked this question, that what is the significance? Because in Mayapur, the darshan is not of Srimati Radharani's lotus feet is not given on Radhashtami, it is given on Gopashtami. Gopashtami is the first day that Krishna went for his Gocharan Leela. To graze the cows, and that's the way it is explained, is that the gopis and Srimati Radharani, they could not tolerate that Krishna is leaving, Braj and going away into the forest. So they picked up their skirts and they ran behind Krishna. So that's why you see the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani and the gopis on Gopashtami day in Mayapur. So in Vrindavan, they show it on Srimati Radharani's appearance day, Radhashtami. So Jananivas Prabhu just comments that, Srimati Radharani wants to give her mercy to everyone, So some devotees, some temples around the world who follow the Vrindavan standard, they show the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani on Vrindavan on Radhashtami day. And those who follow Mayapur standard, they show on Gopashtami day. So both are correct. There's nothing, wrong with either of them. Radhashtami is the appearance of Srimati Radharani. But the reason why on Gopashtami day it is shown is because it is significant. It is because Srila Prabhupada said that Srimati Radharani, her lotus feet is seen only on one day. There is a quote by Srila Prabhupada which shows that it is on Gopashtami day. So Mayapur just follows that. That was what was told to Jananivas Prabhu by Srila Prabhupada himself. So no questions asked on that.
Mataji,
Yes.
they show in Vrindavan on Gopashtami day of Radharani. On Gopashtami day in Vrindavan also they show
Yes,
Radharani.
they actually dress Radharani
Because
as a
she dressed
Gopa.
up like a Gopa.
She's dressed up like a Gopa on Gopashtami day. She's dressed up like a boy.
Yeah, and pagadi and
Yes.
all.
Yes. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hey, Sarangadash,
Hare Krishna.
I just want to add also that every day we put Gopi Chandan on our body as tilak, so that we have the mercy of the gopis as well, not just to decorate the temple of Vishnu, as we say, to put the lotus feet of Krishna. It's Gopi Chandan as well.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. All right.
Hare Krishna, Kalasudha Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all
Hare
Krishna Prabhupada.
Krishna.
I just want to say thank you. We've heard so much about you from Janashri Gauranga Prabhu and Basanaji Mataji that we have to hear, from you one day. And finally, we're fortunate enough to have this beautiful narration of Srimati Radharani. Thank you so much.
It's my fortune to see all you blissful devotees, and just pray for all of your blessings. That's all we are aspiring for. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Mataji, I just have one thing you mentioned in the lecture just now, that how Lord Brahma manifests himself as the Varsana hill. Lord Shiva, I forgot what Lord Shiva manifests as. Nandagaon.
Yeah,
Okay.
because Nandagaon is also on a hill. So Nandagaon is the
Yes.
manifestation of Lord Shiva. And Lord Vishnu is, of course, Giriraj. So that way we have Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, all three of them residing in Braj in the form of hills, like that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Okay, any more questions? Any more comments,
Yeah.
reflections?
Mataji, what is your favorite pastime of Radharani?
My favorite pastime of Srimati Radharani is when she appeared in Raval. She was this golden child in a golden lotus. And, when Maharaj Vrishabhanu, when he went to the Jamuna to take his bath, he came back with Srimati Radharani, the golden child. But she was not opening her eyes. She was closing them shut. She would not open her eyes. Many days passed. And Maharaj Vrishabhanu was giving charity, in all of Braj. And Narad Muni found out that, there's charity that Vrishabhanu Maharaj is giving. So Narad Muni came to Barshana, and actually to Raval at that time. He came to Raval. And because that time Krishna was in Gokul. So when Krishna was in Gokul, Srimati Radharani was in Raval. And so Narad Muni came, and then Vrishabhanu Maharaj, he said, yeah, I'm so happy that I have been blessed with this beautiful golden child. But she's blind. She doesn't open her beautiful eyes. So then Narad Muni said, don't worry. She will soon open her eyes. Then Nanda Baba, Jashoda Maya, carrying baby Krishna, came to Raval to see their friend, Kirtida Sundari Devi and Maharaj Vrishabhanu bless the child. And Krishna, Radharani was in a little palki, in a little cradle. And Krishna just walked up, literally crawled up to Srimati Radharani. And, with his hands, lotus hands, Krishna just went like this to Radharani. And just by the touch, the transcendental touch of Sri Krishna, Radharani opened her eyes. And because she just wanted to see Krishna as the first person. So Srimati Radharani saw Krishna. And then she opened her lotus-like eyes. But that pastime is very sweet of Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani, all of her pastimes are so very sweet, so very nectarian. Srila Prabhupada always says that you just take a laddu, you bite it from any side, it's always sweet. It's the same. So all of Srimati Radharani's pastimes are very sweet, very nectarian, very dear to our hearts. So
Thank you so much, Mataji. With that, I don't know if anybody else have a question, so I can wait.
Actually, there is a question in the chat box from Radha Vallabh Prabhu. He's asking that is there a specific food that Srimati Radharani likes that we can offer her on Radhashtami?
yes, one specific vegetable is very dear to Srimati Radharani, which is called as arbi, ARBI, arbi root. It's not taro root, it's called arbi root, ARBI. It's available in Indian grocery stores. So you can make like how you make dam aloo, same thing like that. You can make a nice sabji with that with that vegetable. It's very dear to Srimati Radharani. And the bhoga that is offered to Srimati Radharani in Barshana, if you ever go to Barshana and if you get to eat the Mahaprasad that is offered to Srimati Radharani there, it is so amazing. The way they offer is they have nice braj roti, nice thick, very big braj roti, and they'll give you a little bit of pudina chutney, little bit of curry, and just one small sabji with it, either a spinach sabji or something like that. And that's what they give to Srimati Radharani, to Ladli Lalji. So yeah, Arbi sabji, and she loves anything, like Srimati Radharani, she is the topmost cook. She doesn't repeat any item for Krishna till today. She has not repeated anything for Krishna. She always brings in the variety. So she's the queen of varieties, and she's the queen of cooking. She's the queen of the kitchen. And so she loves anything that is Mahaprasad of Krishna. That's what she eats. But yeah, Arbi is known to be very dear to Srimati Radharani.
Koti Koti Pranam, Mataji. I just wanted to say thank you. You recited a few verses in Hindi so well, and it was just blissful to hear from your voice in Hindi. Thank you so much. If I will find ever a Hindi lecture, that would be my next step right now after we finish here, to hear from you in Hindi. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. If anyone understands Bengali, me and my Prabhu will be giving a Hindi. He will be speaking in Hindi. I'll be speaking in Bengali in a class today evening. So
What time are
it will be at 7 p.m. Central Time. We can send you the link in the Bhagavatamrita group.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay.
Thank you, Mataji, for giving us this association. Hopefully, you can give us your association again soon.
We look forward to that.
While I was mentioning to the devotees that they have these wonderful qualities, one of the qualities I forgot to mention was you also sing very beautifully,
Haribo.
yes?
If you think I sing beautifully, it's nothing. I've learned from my Prabhu. I've learned from my mom. They are all the actual proper singers. I'm just a bathroom singer. And thank you for tolerating me.
When Prabhuji and both of you in your Srimad Bhagavatam classes, when you the way you recite those Bhagavad slokas, I have a hard time pronouncing a word, and you just make a beautiful melody out of every verse of it. It's so nice.
Also, Mataji, can you please share the link for Radha Krishna Stotram?
The Kripa Kataksha? Yes, I will send it to you.
Thank you so much for your wonderful class, wonderful narration,
Thank you.
teaching pastimes. Really. Thank you so much, Mataji, for your
Thank you.
association.
Thank you
You
so
can give us
much.
the association again, Mataji.
Definitely. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Mataji,
Yes.
Mataji, if you have time, can I ask one more, which will be beneficial for everyone actually?
Definitely.
I don't know if you have time only.
Yes, please.
Mataji, I kind of this like we hear just now. You also narrated that pastime of Radharani not opening her eyes. So we also hear that she was deaf, dumb, and blind, means kind of, before she saw Krishna, because she doesn't want to hear anything, she doesn't want to speak anything, or she doesn't want to see anything other than Krishna. So, and we also hear that gopis, they are the topmost servitor devotees of Krishna. So that consciousness, like, means we say that it's the Vrindavan is not a place, is not just a place, but it is the consciousness that we need to cultivate.
Yes.
So, and now, like, we are having so many festivals coming up. We already had Balram Jayanti and Balram Purnima and Janmashtami, and now Radhashtami is coming, and then other appearance day, disappearance days are coming in the coming week. So, just some of the things, if you would like to share, that will help us to cultivate that kind of consciousness that these exalted devotees have, even though physically
we are separated. Yes. Yeah. You know, actually, Janeshwar Gauranga Prabhu and Barshana Chitra Mataji, they can give you some information about this, that we are doing Bhagavatam every day. You can hear us online, live, every day from Monday to Friday. And just yesterday, we made an announcement of a very, very exciting program that we have till November, actually. So these programs are going to be that we'll have a 9-day special session on Bhagavad Gita. You know, in 9 days, all 18 chapters we are going to cover in form of interactions, not just, you know, because everyone listens to what Bhagavad Gita is, but we are going to speak, this one will be mainly focused on how to, you know, talk to others about Bhagavad Gita. You know, because Krishna says, if you want to become dear to me, you have to give this knowledge of mine to me, to others. You know, that's the way we can become dear to Krishna. So with that in mind, we are preparing this Bhagavad Gita session, 9-day session on Bhagavad Gita. Then right after that, from 16th September onwards, we have the Purushottam Adhika Mas. You know, the Adhik Mas is coming this year. So every day we will be coming over Zoom. And, you know, you can actually, we will be speaking of different kathas, very, very nectarian, sweet pastimes of the Lord, unheard of pastimes of the Lord. We will be sharing meanings of the Purushashtakam, you know, the interpretation of Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Sanatan Goswami is what we're going to focus on. And we will be doing virtual parikramas, you know, especially in Kartik. In Zoom, we will do virtual parikramas of Giriraj and also of the Churasi Kos, Vrindavan, Brajamandal, like that. So these are things that we are going to be doing, you know, over these sessions over Zoom and over Facebook and YouTube Live. So you can get the details from Janeshwar Gauranga Prabhu and Barshana Chitra Mataji. And, you know, the more we immerse ourselves in this kind of leelas, the more we are able to live in that world, you know, the more we are able to train ourselves. Like, you know, yes, what you said is absolutely right. When I was leaving Mayapur after my marriage in 2001, Jananivas Prabhu told me one thing. He said, Mayapur is not just a physical geographical location. Mayapur is a state of consciousness. You think of Mayapur, you're there. You know, that's how beautiful these dhams are. That we may be sitting in the, you know, coziness of our own room, but we will be transported to the dham. So how to live in the dham while being physically away from the dham will be the main mood of this Purushottam Adhika Mas and of the Kartik month. So I urge you to please get some information from them, and you can tune in to these classes.
Yes,
I'm sure it will help.
Definitely will do. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. We can end here, Janeshwar Prabhu.
Yes, thank you so much. I just wanted to add, since you brought this up about the mood, you know, I think I did share it with the devotees. This coming Tuesday, we're going to have that virtual Radhasmi, the darshans of the deities from Mayapur with the headsets. It's going to be like a 3D, 4D kind of a presentation.
6D. Actually, it's 6D.
Oh, it's like 60. Okay.
Because it's
I don't
6
know.
cameras. It'll be 6 cameras. It'll be straight and back, left and right, up and down. 6 cameras.
On the link there was a preview of how it looks, and it's all.
Yes.
By the way, I just got my headsets yesterday.
Haribol. Wonderful.
I need to figure out how to use them. So I don't know.
There's an instruction video on the JPS Facebook page. So just take a look. Yes, and you will get the instructions from Mayapur also when they give you the link of the actual movie. They, the way that you will be able to experience Mayapur is that they're making a 9-minute movie. It'll be a link that will be shared with you, that because Radhashtami in Mayapur is on Wednesdays. In India, it's on Wednesday, on the 26th. But this one will be, it'll be in the form of a link, which you can just click on, wear the headsets, and experience it over and over again. So that's how it's going to be. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for giving a nice lecture. The Fort Lauderdale devotee. Actually, when I say Fort Lauderdale, it goes up to West Palm Beach, even Miami devotee from Miami as well. Thank you so much. And as you know, Radharani is on Tuesday here. We don't have, the temple is closed here. And then also, this is what we do. And this is what our association is all about. Our association is virtual. And, sometimes we break the rule, we do some little program. But still, we miss all the association of the devotee. But thank you for giving us your association.
Thank you for this opportunity, Prabhu. Thank you. Very grateful to you for this opportunity.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. If I may add, Saranga Prabhu and Mataji, wives, they are our leaders here.
Haribol.
No, not at all, Mataji. Actually, they said that we are the servant.
That's the term. You're the servant leaders.
Yes.
Yeah, the servant leaders from the lost. This is what it is.
Servant leaders, because Srila Jayapataka Maharaj says that in spiritual terms, when we are leaders, we keep going up and up, but you actually go down and down because you're serving that many people, that many devotees. So therefore, yes, you're the perfect servitors. Wonderful. All glories to your services.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, we'll say Hari Bol. Thank you so much.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
And we pray also for you that you always continue to give your wonderful lectures.
And keep inspiring other people.
And keep inspiring other people.
Please bless us. Thank you so much for one Mataji. Thank you.
Hare
Hare Krishna. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.
Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
Radharani